Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the custom tactics used this weekend. Team was a slight bit different. Instead of Saliba, I had Ledley King. Instead of Lizarazu, who was my reward for weekend league, I had Teo Hernandez. And then I had this Mbappe and Salma Paralejo up front instead of these two strikers. And then my left mid on loan was Marlon on a couple of chem. So a pretty similar team outside of pretty insane strikers, but everyone was using them this weekend. I need to change the player role slightly based on what the team is now. But yeah, I really liked the formation. 4-4-2 is probably the best one this year. I got 11 wins. I'm struggling a bit on this game. The patch feels like I can't identify anything obvious that's changed, but it does feel quite different. I feel like the skill gap's really low on this game, and I think the game's insanely pay to win. There was a lot of games I lost this weekend where I had like triple the shots of the opponent, and they just BS their way through. This was one game I lost. Watch this goal here. This was a crazy goal. This ended up losing me the game. I conceded in the 90th as well to some ridiculous goal. Look at this. That's Buffon in net, by the way. I forgot I had Buffon in net. So the team was actually a fair bit different to be. I had Buffon in net and Buffon did that. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out iggm.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out iggm.com today. He's probably what most people would say the best keeper in the game. It's a pretty hard game to play when you've got your keeper doing crap like that. This is not necessarily the team that I'm going to keep long term. I think once I get to the end of the season, I'm probably going to get this Marlon. The fact that I've got Lizarazu, I could have Van Dijk giving Marlon Chem, and then I could have an Icon and Bundesliga. I could get this Marlon on Chem, and he's a pretty crazy card. So that'd be a really nice card to have. Once Buffon and Teo sell, I'm going to have about 1.7, 1.8 million. I've got Ledley King. Not a lot else really. This Rashford. What would you do with the coins? What are some obvious big upgrades you think for my team? And with that, we're going to get into the tactic. So as I go through this tactic, I'm going to talk about some variations you can do with it. You've got better, because a lot of people at this point have lots of untradeable cards that they've picked up. So I wanted to give you some options for what you can use. If you've got a lot of untradeable cards that you really like, and maybe you've got CDMs that are really good, you can go to the CDM version. If you've got a really good cam, you can change this to the 4-4-1-1. If you've got really good wingers but not left and right mids, you could go the 4-2-4, although that is very aggressive. In terms of what I really like, balanced and high, I don't think you really need to change that too much. In terms of the player roles, I'm going to put them what suit my team. Both my strikers are target forwards. I don't really know if you really want two target forwards. The attacking outlet whose physicality allows them to hold up play, shield the ball from opponents, bring others into attack. They're pretty good target forwards, especially with the plus. This Duran's a really good card. This one here, maybe you could have two with balanced attack, but I'm going to have Poacher on Nunes. He's got quick step, rapid. I think he'll make really good runs in behind with this. Traore, winger plus works pretty well. He gets involved quite a bit in the middle anyway, to be honest. He's a good outlet. I think in terms of your strikers though, target forward would work well with any of the others. I think advanced forward, two of those works fine. I think Poacher, you can't really have two of them. False nine's okay, but I think it's probably the worst out of the different ones. But you want to pick what suits your team, and like I say, a lot of you are going to have a lot of untradeable at this point. I quite like this. In terms of midfield, I think two playmakers is just a little bit too attacking. You can get left in positions where your midfield are just out of position and there's not a lot you could do. So I like to have at least one that's a bit more defensive, box to box, can do this. A deep line playmaker would be really good, but there's not really, from what my memory serves, many good deep line playmakers that can play plus in midfield or even plus. I could be wrong there, but yeah, I don't think there's many. One playmaker is really good though. In the 4-4-2, you need at least one attacking minded centre mid anyway, in my opinion. I want at least one inside forward here. I could probably do with improving on Harry Kewell, but he does help with Kevin. The Harry Kewell card is pretty good. Just if he had plus here, I'd really like him. In terms of defenders, I think fullback is probably my favourite. I think in the 5-back, attacking wing back or wing back is really good. But I just noticed when you play anyone remotely decent, especially if you play someone in the 4-3-3, if you play someone in the 4-3-3 and they've got their instructions set to counter, and you have a wing back or an attacking wing back, you just get destroyed down the wings by anyone good. Everyone now at this point's got pretty much 99 pace wingers. They're just going to get in behind straight away. So I like fullback balance. I think that's really good. I think fullback balance means they can at least get forward a little bit. Defends a little bit defensive, but it can work quite well in the 4-4-2 in my opinion. Defender plus. I think the plus is really good. I don't like stoppers. I think you could have one ball playing defender with a defender or two defenders. That would be my preference there. Again, I do think roles are pretty important this year, so try and build around what suits your team. And then for the keeper, generally just go whatever works for your keeper. I don't know if they make a huge difference. It's a bit hard to tell with keepers. I've not experimented really with them to see. But that's this formation at the moment. I really like it. Think it plays really well. There's lots of different ways you can play this year. A lot of formations can play fairly similar when you mess around with the roles. As always, appreciate you all tuning in. Keep it spicy. I hope to see you guys next one. Peace.